Hi to all of you replay viewers. This is Kelly Malloy from An Apple for the Teacher, and I'm getting ready to scope about some mental math ideas. Hey Jessica, thank you for joining. I'm just telling everyone I'm going to share some of my mental math ideas. I just created a new product on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I'm going to show you some other ideas that I have as well for practicing some math mentally. Hi, thank you guys for joining. If you would leave your name and where you're coming from in the comments, then I'll be sure to mention you and give you a shout out. Thank you so much for sharing, Chandra. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming in. I'm going to be sharing mental math tips in just a minute. Here are all my details. Again, I'm Kelly Malloy. No, I'll just have to block you. Thank you so much for your comments, but I don't like language like that in my classroom. Thank you. So my name is Kelly Malloy, and I blog at An Apple for the Teacher. My TPT store is Kelly Malloy. You can find me on Periscope and Instagram. I know, Jessica, isn't that crazy? Must have been in my class or something. Didn't like the grade I gave him, I don't know. Anyway, so let's get started. So I just recently made this product, and it is a mental math game, and in the product it has just different math prompts and questions, and the kids get to use them. So I'm going to show you how to do this, but real quick before I show you, I'm going to give you a couple of other ideas. I use mental math in my classroom all the time during those like little lag times when they're in line and stuff. Thank you. I think that's Creative Clips for the frames. But anyway, I was saying when the kids are in line and we have some wait time, you know, on our way to an assembly or something, I will give them little mental math problems like what is 6 times 9? And then what is a dozen minus 3 plus 9? And unfortunately, only my smarter kids or my quicker kids seem to be participating when I do that. And if you're not following the Whimsical Teacher, Jessica, she did a scope on this just a little bit ago, so go catch her replay about hogs and logs and frogs. And yes, I have some hogs in my class, but they take up all the answers and say, and don't allow other people to participate. So I developed this idea so that all the students have to participate. So each student has this little set of digits, and if you do this, I suggest you print them out and have the kids cut them up. I used to do all the cutting and the preparing myself, but I realized it's much better use of my time if they're doing the cutting, and they like that. Thank you. Your periscopes make me laugh, Whimsical Teacher. They definitely do. They crack me up. Okay, so this is how this works. They start with the number of sides on a square, and I have the numbers here listed so that in my talking and whatever happens, I don't get lost. And also my students use these in partnerships, and so it helps them keep track of if the kids that they're working with are doing a good job. So we're going to start with the number of sides on a square, and they're going to pull down their 4, and then they're going to, thank you so much, divide by the number 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. We put that 4 back up, and now the 2 comes down. We're going to increase. This is probably most appropriate for 4th and 5th graders. I'm using it at the beginning of the year with my 4th graders, who I had as 3rd graders, and they're doing great with it. So I think some high 3rd graders or end of the year 3rd graders would be great. Yeah, I agree with that, Jessica. Okay, so increase that number by 10. So we're going to bring the 1 down, and we have 12. Divide that number by 4, so 12 divided by 4 is going to be 3. Pull down the 3, and then multiply that number by 5, and that equals 15. And then they hold up their answer. And so everyone's accountable, everybody's working. They get so excited when they have the right number. If I just have one kid who has the right answer, sometimes I'll give them prizes or something, and then they're all working really hard to get the prizes. They beg to do this. Thank you, I appreciate that. They beg to do this at recess time, during Fun Friday they asked to do this. They all want to practice so that they can maybe you win a prize, and I don't give prizes all the time, but maybe. Thank you so much. I would say about 3rd to 5th grade. You can always choose which prompts you want to use, so some of them are harder than others. You know, you could just kind of check and see, will this one work for your students? In the product, I also have editable versions, so you can write them yourself. My kids have been writing their own. Yes, I made these cards. They're available in my Teacher Pay Teacher store, and I'll show you that. It promotes a lot of independence because, like I said, they can do this on their own. They pull out the cards, and then I just keep the digits in little plastic baggies so they can grab those and they can get started on this. And then my higher kids, they're really working on writing their own prompts. And since I have editable versions, if I think their prompts are good, I add it to the deck and I make a big deal about it. So now they all want to write prompts. I do have some kids in my class. I have an inclusion class, and so I have some kids in my class. Thank you. I have some kids in my class who are working at a much lower level. We're just working on writing our numbers to 100 and some basic addition facts. So you can change that to make it work for them. And also another thing I will use, I'll pull them to the table and give them the digits, and then they think they're doing the same thing we are. And I'll just say things like, show me the 2. If you add 1 to that, what would it be? And some of them use touch math, so they could say 2 plus 1 is 3. Here's my 3. So you can really change it up for them. Another thing that we love to do is work with these fly swatters. And I will say, you know, show me the 2. They're going to smack that 2 as it gets harder. Show me 5 plus 4. 9, and they're swatting on that, so that's another way to practice mental math. Oh, they do. They love anytime they can whack anything. Sometimes I'll put big numbers up on the board and let them run across the room and hit it, but that doesn't happen every day because we get a little crazy. The other thing I just discovered that some of my kids like, I wear a little laser pointer that I got at Walmart in the like that section right near the register where they have all the candy and the gum and, you know, things that your kids want to buy you that you really don't want. But they have these little laser pointers, and they're, I think, like $2 or $3. And I wear it on my lanyard, and when the kids don't know where something is, or I'm trying to point an anchor chart out to them, I will use my little laser pointer and show them where it is. Well, some of my kids were, yeah, they are cat crazy ears. Some of my kids that that I told you are in the inclusion, they were messing around with it and asking what it was. And so I showed them, and, you know, I asked them, can you point to the word read, or can you point to whatever? I do think of Jess at Walmart. I'm like wanting to look in random Walmart parking lots and find Jess doing her scopes. Unfortunately, she's a little far from me, but one of these days I'm going to track her down. But they can use, they should sponsor you. You can use these little pointers and, like, show me the 3, show me 3 times 4 would be 12, and they'd have to point to both of them. Show me 5 minus 3 is 2, and they just love being able to use Mrs. Malloy's little laser pointer. So I'm going to get a couple of these, I think, to use in my class. That'll be one of my future scopes. So let me show you where to find this product. On my store. Maybe I was printing out Math Review. Okay, so here's my store. It's Kelly Malloy, if you can see that. Make it a little bit better. And then if you go to my products, and if you click on most recent, because I just put this up today, it is called Mental Math Math Digits, and it is right there. And like I said, it comes with the cards, it comes with the digits, comes with instructions on how to use it, and also a PowerPoint with editable cards so that you can change it up for what you need. And I think that's about it. If you have any questions, I'll stick around for a minute. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. I worked pretty hard on it. It's one of the products my husband's like, oh my gosh, you did a lot of work on this. I said, I do a lot of work on all of my projects, honey. So thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Labor Day. Have a good day at school. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. Thank you.